Hello, I'm Stan Copeland, the pastor of Lovers Lane United Methodist Church in Dallas, Texas. And this is the third in a series of Dear Dad videos. Dear Dad, I know we're hearing about churches either disaffiliating or going through a discernment process to assess what to do regarding staying in the United Methodist Church or going with the startup Global Methodist Church. I'm hearing stories of churches that are voting to disaffiliate by barely a 2/3 margin and are in disarray because a third of the congregation is wondering, now what do we do? Strong emotions are being felt and expressed. Such is the nature of a church division, especially following leadership with a strong agenda. One thing is for sure, very few churches even consider disaffiliation without their pastor's openness to leaving the United Methodist Church. Some politic hard for disaffiliation of their congregation from the UMC. Others soft pedal more. But few pastors are taking a church down a trail of discernment or disaffiliation that they are not willing, and some more than ready, to pursue. Conferences that have bishops more friendly to disaffiliation also have more churches interested in leaving the United Methodist Church in their own conferences. Bishops who have actually been involved in forming the new denomination, while we apportionment-paying churches paid their salaries, should have their agenda strongly questioned. A few bishops are retiring to take full advantage of their pension that incidentally we too have paid, and some of them will probably pop up to avail themselves to be bishops in the new GMC. That's what I call having your cake and gobbling it down too. I so much respect our bishop in the North Texas Conference, Bishop Mike McKee. He has led us longer than any bishop, 10 years. He was set for retirement in 2020, but we know how COVID-19 disrupted plans. He recognized our need for leadership and stayed on an extra 2 years, in part to see us through this tough time. The result is that very few churches in the North Texas Conference sense a need to disaffiliate with the UMC and see the many good things that we do together that we constantly are being reminded of by our bishop. Dad, let me read you this letter from our bishop in the North Texas Conference so that you can see what good leadership from a bishop looks like. I'm so blessed to have experienced it. Clergy and laity of the North Texas Conference, I'm so grateful for the continued faithfulness of our churches across North Texas. This summer, your commitment to making disciples of Jesus Christ for the transformation of the world has been brought to life as you have fed and housed those in need, welcomed thousands of children to vacation Bible camps, rebuilt homes following natural disasters, and given generously to support the United Methodist mission in Honduras and UMCOR's efforts in Ukraine. Even as all this good is being done, I know that for many in our congregations, rumors and false assumptions have made this a season of strife, discord, confusion, and anxiety. Today, I'm writing to directly address several falsehoods I have encountered about the United Methodist Church, both in the North Texas Conference and at large. First, I've heard assertions that the United Methodist Church plans to eliminate or alter its foundational theological doctrines, including the doctrine of the Trinity and the resurrection of Jesus Christ. These claims are blatantly untrue and seek only to sow seeds of fear. Not only are our United Methodist doctrines and beliefs protected in the Constitution of the UMC, our doctrinal standards and general rules also, but they are cornerstones of our faith. You can trust that they are unchanging. Additionally, clergy and laity alike have voiced that they have heard there will not be a place for traditionalists in the United Methodist Church moving forward, and that their only option is to depart the denomination. Statements like this undermine the very real and important contributions of the traditionalist leaders and congregations who continue to faithfully serve in the North Texas Conference. I have always found rich diversity of thought to be a great strength within our annual conference, and I look forward to continuing to benefit from the leadership and teaching of gifted pastors, preachers, and lay members from across the entirety of the ideological spectrum. Finally, I have heard that some within the North Texas Conference believe that violations or disregard for the Book of Discipline are rampant and that accountability is lax. In truth, while I typically receive a handful of complaints each year about clergy or churches violating the Book of Discipline, the clergy and churches of the North Texas Conference continue to demonstrate a strong commitment to our polity, and the bonds of our connection remain strong. In response to complaints that are received, we always follow the process outlined in the Book of Discipline, paragraph 362 and paragraph 27:1, and address each with an appropriate response. Because the outcomes of these processes within the United Methodist Church, like personnel matters in the secular world, are kept confidential, I can understand how it may appear that there is a lack of accountability. However, please know that I take the Book of Discipline and the supervision of the North Texas Conference clergy seriously and aim to handle this area of my responsibilities with the utmost of integrity. It is my hope that by addressing this misinformation head-on, we can move forward together from a place of openness and respect, making decisions and plans for the future of our churches and the North Texas Conference that are firmly grounded in the truth. Peace. Michael McKee, Bishop of the North Texas Conference. Dad, I'm thankful to be able to share this letter from our bishop with you. And I'm thankful for Bishop McKee's ministry among us for these 10 years. I'm thankful that you and others may hear this and may be thankful as well for the kind of leadership that we have from some of our bishops. Leadership that is very important and leadership that directs us in a wonderful way of loving God and loving neighbor. Thanks for watching the video, and you can see more of these on my YouTube channel, Picklin Parson. So we'll keep these videos coming to you.